Hi guys. I'm not sure if everyone is there. Hi guys. We're just going to wait for a few more people and then we will start the live. Okay, we're going to wait for just a few more. So I got my notes. We can start now cuz I'm going to save this live so you guys can go back to it. Um so I do a lot of local craft fairs in my community, and I'm pretty big on like Etsy and stuff, but I wanted to create an experience where um, people could get my product and also learn about the business. And so I started researching heavily about like candle classes within my area and found out that there were none. So I decided I was going to start my own avenue. And then after researching, I found out that it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but I did a lot of extensive research and I'm really happy to be able to share all the knowledge that I have learned. So I looked at all your guys' questions and I'm just going to kind of start from the top. A lot of people were asking like where could they even like rent a space. I found out about Peerspace and I've used them a few times. Peerspace doesn't require insurance. So you just download the app, you put in your zip code, and then you tell them what kind of class you want to be doing or what you want to use the space for. Um, and then after that, just message the people and ask them like, hey, I'm going to do a candle class. It's completely safe. Is there any way that I can host this in your building? And everybody I've messaged said yeah. And you want to keep your costs low. So you're able to filter like how much you want to spend. Keep in mind that if you like rent a space, you can kind of have more of a profit on your tickets that you're going to sell because you're not doing it in your house. So my space was actually $35 an hour. And I did 4 hours, and that was personally enough time for me. So, the first thing, like I said, is you want to rent your space. I personally, this is how I started, but I'm not sure if this works best for everyone else. But I decided to rent my space before I even knew what I was doing because it held me accountable. When I rented my space, I was like, okay, I got 4 and 5 months to get this done, to get all of this done. So if I was you, that's the first step that I would do. Um, the second thing is you want to figure out how many people you could comfortably host. For me, 12 was enough because it gets overwhelming. You know, people are constantly going to be asking you, like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? So I decided to create like a cheat sheet. Um, and I can link this for you guys. If you guys want me to link this whole entire cheat sheet, I'll link it at the bottom and you guys can find it on my blog. I do have a blog, so I'll link my blog if you guys want this. Um, on the cheat sheet, I just literally put like the introduction to the class, um, the fragrance notes and like, what type of fragrances we were going to be using, the measurements, preparation, pour, and candle care. This is so important because like if I was helping someone else, people could refer to this cheat sheet without me having to go up to them. I made it extremely self-explanatory. I made it super easy to follow. You don't want to make it super complicated. Less is honestly more in this situation because at the end of the day, we're the ones who really know how to make candles. Like we're the professionals. You know what I mean? People just really want to drink wine, get out the house, and make something simple. They don't want anything that's like too completely like, complicated. So I made this cheat sheet and I'll link it for you guys. I know you guys are seeing in the comments that you want it. So I will share the cheat sheet with you guys. So this was honestly, I rented the space and then I made this sheet. So then after that, this is something I didn't post on there, but I also made a custom fragrance bar paper. This paper is the was really cool because what I did is I laid out the fragrances like on a table and I let people take this paper and I bought pens and people could write down what fragrances they liked, and it made it really easy for them because when they went back to their table they were like, okay, I liked this fragrance, I like this fragrance. So if you guys want me to link this sheet as well, um you know what, I can link it to where you guys can like download it and then you guys can like customize it to your own liking, because I think that would probably be like a little bit easier. But people really loved this because when they got back to their table, they were like, okay, I liked lavender, I liked the eucalyptus, and they wrote it down. And I also put in there like step one, smell your fragrance options on the table, write down the ones you like the most, and then put a star to your must have. Step two, mixing the fragrance you like in a plastic shot cup. Remember, no more than 8 ounces. Use the scale, blah, 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 blah. So this, they really, really, truly liked this. I'm going to link this one as well. And then this was also like my timeline that I created for myself, and I'll link that as well. On the timeline, I knew that it was gonna need to be 3 hours because a lot of you guys were asking in the questions, and I have them right here. How long did it take the candles to cure? It only took 30 minutes. So I would suggest that you introduce yourself, you let people grab their wine, and then immediately after like 10-15 minutes, let them find their seat. But 30 minutes is not that long considering I rented the place for 4 hours. So people bought up to 2 to 3 candles, and um by the end of the class, everyone's candles were cured. So I would suggest, if you guys are writing this down already in your notes, renting your space for at least 3.5 hours to 4 hours. But also remember, you need 30 minutes to set up and you need 30 minutes to clean. So you want to make sure that you guys are allocating for that time. I'm gonna go to your questions real quick because I know you guys had a lot of different questions. Um, as far as pricing goes, it's up to your discretion. So for me, my budget was $600, but I ended up coming under that mostly because I had a lot of the fragrances, I had a lot of the vessels. Obviously, we're all candle makers, so we have a lot of this stuff like already on hand. Amazon had a really good deal on aprons. I got 15 aprons for, I want to say, about $28. I'll link everything I bought on Amazon. 15 aprons is really good considering I'm suggesting that you don't do a class more than 12 to 15 people because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. 10 is even good. But on Amazon they had black aprons, blue aprons, green aprons. They had all different type of colors, and they had they had a really good deal. So I would suggest going there. If you guys already buy from Candle Science, I literally only showed up to the class with 10 pounds of wax, and that was enough. I calculated it. 10 pounds of wax makes an 8 ounce. If you're using 8 ounce jars, 10 pounds of wax will make you 24 candles. So I made it to where people could, have enough wax to make at least 2 candles. So everybody didn't add on a candle, but a lot of people added on wax melts and stuff like that. So you want to also create like you want to create also like a sheet that has your Cash App, your Venmo, and everything, because sorry, people were coming up like, I want to add on a candle. You'll get a lot of that because they get so excited, they want to add on, more stuff, which is more profit, more revenue. So make sure you guys have you guys let them know that that's an option. But also on my website, you guys, which this is where I want you guys to create your website. It worked for me and they didn't take that many fees. I From selling tickets, I made $660. And then when um when Eventbrite sent the money to my account, I made 615. So I thought the fees weren't that bad, considering it was super professional, because also this is what I did. The ticket came with a candle, a wax melt, and a room spray. But you were able to add on a candle for $10, a wax melt for $5, and a room spray for $5. On Eventbrite, you can do add-ons. So there are some people who already added on, which was great for me because it let me know how much wax I needed to bring, how many vessels I need to bring. Just because you're having a class with 12 people, don't just show up with 12 vessels. Like I said, how you're going to make your money is when people get there, they're going to be excited and they're going to be more willing to spend more. So that was also really important. I'm going to go over some of these. Okay, so someone asked about wax distribution. So personally for me, if you guys remember, if you guys were looking at it, I had cups that I bought on Amazon. It was a pack of 20. I'll link those. They were really thick, like really, really thick. And they had the ounces on the cups. So the ounces went up to 9 ounces. My vessels were 8 ounces. So I brought my huge my Presto pot. I don't know if you guys use that, but I brought my huge Presto pot and I kept it at like 180. And when people were ready, they would just be like, Dorothy, I'm ready for my wax. And I would just pour them the wax and I would give them the wax. And it worked for me. It was very successful because people were at different paces anyway. Some people were still sniffing fragrances, some people were still sipping wine. So pouring the wax as needed was the best for me. And it helped with people not over pouring and stuff like that, which, like I said, when you guys download this sheet, people, it's so easy to follow along, that I didn't have to help everybody. Most people had questions just about like, oh, can you smell these fragrances? Like, do you think they'll blend, or, whatever. Personally, for me, though, I will say this. I'm going to give you guys some trial and errors, like what I did wrong. I shouldn't have showed up with so many fragrances, because I showed up with like 50. That gave people way too many options. I would say like pick your best 10 5 Christmas ones, 5 fall ones, and then like 10 like everyday fragrances that you think people will like. I would write out a list of ones that you think would be popular. Also, if you guys have business pages, I did polls like, would you guys like me to bring lavender, a eucalyptus? And I just kept doing polls and interacting with my business, which also helped grow my business too. If you guys look on my YouTube page, I do have other videos about how to grow your business and like how to make it a little bit more like successful. I've only been in the business for 2 years, and I was able to quit my full-time job and do this like full time, because on the weekends I do craft fairs. Now I picked up candle classes and I also sell on Etsy. So if you guys want to look at more in that, but let's get back to the class. So yeah, I did the wax distribution because it was easier for me and it was better as far as like helping people like make sure they're not wasting anything. How I kept my wax hot. So, like I said, I have the little Presto pot, but you guys can, if you're starting off small, go on Amazon and get the hot warmer plates and just put your pitcher on top of there, your metal safe pitcher, and then just make sure you have a thermometer. You don't have to start off and buy all this stuff. You just need to you need to start small and just start somewhere. And that's why I said keep keep your classes kind of like, keep them small because people like intimate classes anyway. And I started off thinking I wanted 25 people, but then after researching it and not being afraid to DM some of these larger brands, like companies who do this, they were like, no, start off small and see if you actually even like it. And it was the best advice ever. So, um, that was really good. Do I need insurance? No, I did. I have insurance. So you guys can go on thimble.com. Thimble is really cheap. I pay insurance every month, $135. They have packages as low as like 70. It's called Thimble, Thimble. You don't need insurance to do the class because my building personally, it didn't require it, but I do have it. So if you guys want insurance just to make it more safer for you, go in Thimble. They have month to month ones. So if you just want to feel like super professional when you show up, that is a good option. But that's why I said Peerspace is the best because Peerspace rents to everyday people like us. And so they don't require any of that. All you got to do is just be honest and let people know what you're doing. She even asked, like, are you selling alcohol? I said, no, but I'm giving it away. She was like, all right, as long as everyone's 21 and up, I don't care what you do. Honesty is the best way to lead with these type of classes. So how did I put my list together for products? Okay, let's go over this because this was actually a lot. So if you look on my thread in the first post, I kind of already posted like how my list and things. But the first thing I thought about was vessels. What type of vessels did I want to bring to the class? Like I said, you want to keep it light. You guys don't bring like 100 different vessels. Pick one vessel, and that is the vessel everyone is going to use for the whole entire class. I buy my vessels off of Candle Science, but I also have bought them off of Amazon in the event of an emergency, and it's never failed me. So definitely check on both of those. Stems and wicks. I used one wick that I've been testing with my 8 ounce glasses. If you guys want more information on like what type of wicks and stuff that I use, I can definitely post that on my blog too as well. But I brought two type of wicks. I brought a wood wick and a stem wick, and I let people choose which ones they wanted to use to their likings, and they loved that option. And to my surprise, a lot of people wanted to choose like wood wicks. So um just give people the option. It makes it more fun that way. Popsicle sticks. It was very cheap just to I think I bought my popsicle sticks from Michael's, and you just buy a big pack and you can throw them away, and people were using that to stir, their wax. I said I was going to link the measuring cups that I use for everyone, and these ones you can keep. They weren't disposable, so I just washed them out, and you can keep using them, which also helps your profit margin. So tablecloths, I went to the 99-cent store and got tablecloths. Why? Because at the end of the day, people were going to put wax on them. I just picked them up when they were done and threw them into the trash. Go buy like 10 of those and you'll be set. um Scales, they didn't need scales considering I was doing the wax distribution. So I only brought two scales for myself to work with, while doing the wax distribution. But I never even ended up using my scale. And let me tell you why. Because the cups that I bought were 9 ounces, and they told you the ounces on the cup. So I just poured the wax to 8 ounces and was a little under 8, but was good to go. And then also the little cups that I got for the fragrance oil, they had the measurements on there too. So I'll link those as well, because that is, I swear, that is what made it so easy for me. I didn't have to pick up my scale at one time because I had the tools and I did the research in order to make it smooth for me. So I'm going to link my whole Amazon store. Um all you need is one heat gun. Only don't so eventually I will buy more heat guns. I have a couple, but the reason why I say you don't need them is because I set up a separate table to put people's candles on, and they just wrote their name on a little card and they sat their candle on there while they were waiting to cure. And then once I saw that they were like completely cured, I would just go with over the heat gun on my own while they were talking and chilling. And like my class was such a good vibe that people didn't even care about the candles waiting to cure. They were up drinking wine, eating charcuterie, making more wax melts, making more room spray. So don't worry about that. It actually cures really fast. I actually have noticed that when you put it on a separate table away from body heat, it cures like extremely fast. My best friend's candle actually cured in like 15 minutes and it didn't even take very long. So that was pretty cool. Also, you guys, make sure you guys have like some type of like music box or something. I have a JBL speaker, but make sure you guys bring that because it just keep the music, create a playlist to keep the vibes going. People want to come to your event and enjoy it. They want to be away from like home. So make it feel like it's like a true like event. You know what I mean? Have music, have wine. I bought my wine cups. Um, I usually buy them in bulk from Costco, so I had some left over, but you can buy wine cups from 99 cent store. You can buy wine cups from Costco, and create a budget for yourself. So like my budget was 600, I only spent 427. Right now on your paper, write what you are comfortably able to spend on your event. Personally, if you're still kind of a little bit smaller, I would say don't spend no more than $300 getting this off the ground at all. $300 to $400, depending on your space rental. And when I say I spent $427, that includes me renting my space because I decided to use a cheaper place at $35 an hour versus using a really nice one because you can set it up and you can decorate it yourself. You guys seen the pictures of how I like decorated it, and like I just used like long tables. I don't know if you guys can see that. I just use long tables, the 99 cent store tablecloths, put these papers on every single seat, put the apron on the back of the chair, and the 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 candle jar on the table with the popsicle stick and all that. So like keep it really simple when you guys are like creating this. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Also, create like also make sure you guys buy like bags so that people can take home. I buy my bags in bulk off of Amazon, but you can buy your bags at the 99 cent store. Again, they sell them in like packs of 10. Just buy one pack or two packs of bags so that it can feel more cute when they take their candles and stuff home. Make it an experience. Like people just want to have like a really good time and an experience, and just make sure you're thinking of every single little step. Obviously, make sure you have, wine glasses, not real wine glasses, but like fake ones. Um, Also, if you also create a wine list. I went to Trader Joe's and you guys, I spent $20 on wine. I bought like 2.99 bottles. I bought one really, really nice bottle, but you don't have to spend a lot of money on wine. To be completely honest, I came home with a box, like still a few glasses full of wine because not everybody drinks. Also have the option for water and stuff, juice and stuff for people who do not drink. I made sure I did that. My sister gave me that note and I was really grateful for it because not everybody drinks. So, like I said, I'm going to link my Amazon cart. And then also, you guys, one thing I really noticed with just small businesses in general is people don't people don't do social media blasts. This is something I said in my earlier videos, but you need to be this event. If you're going to have a candle class in December, you guys, you need to start broadcasting now. Believe in yourself. Create an event right now. Rent your space and make sure you create a flyer. If you don't know how to create flyers, I have a really good friend who does flyers for an inexpensive price, like extremely cheap. Her Instagram, get your guys' pin out right now because um she's just amazing and she'll create your whole entire flyer for nothing, like nothing. Her Instagram is called B as in boy, V as in vet, P as in Paul. It's called BVP Creative Co. I'm going to write that down right here. Creative Co. Go on her Instagram, tell her that I sent you guys, Milk and Lily or Dot. She will create a flyer for you right now with the wine glass and make it super cute. You need to look professional when you're hosting an event. People are going to be spending their money. you know, for your event. So you want to make sure that you are coming forward with nothing but professionalism. Now let's get down and talking about numbers. So you need to return a profit. Some of you guys might break even, and that's okay because that's still a goal, is breaking even, because a lot of people have to buy the aprons, buy the vessels, you know what I mean? But that's why I said keep your class tiny and see how it goes first and then move from there. Um in my opinion, like I said, I spent $470 and I made an $850 profit, but my budget was $600. So I knew at some point, like, I would probably break even or I would barely make my money back. You know what I mean? So I would say, personally, for me, I live in California. So things don't need to be, things aren't really cheap here, which means it costs money, a little bit more money to get these things off the ground. I don't know where some of you guys live. Maybe you guys can all write where you live, and then I could probably suggest what I think you should um, charge for the class. But I don't want you guys selling yourself short, because I feel like $40, I would pay $40 to go to a class where I would come home with a wax melt, a candle jar, and a room sprayer. Some of you guys are just going to be focusing on wax melts and candle jars, which is totally fine. I have a cold. I'm sorry, guys. But I would say $40 is a good investment, but also make sure you guys are calculating it. If you sold 40 tickets for $12, that means that you cannot invest so much into a class. Brianna, you live in New Jersey. Brianna, if I was you, I would do a class for 40 $45. New Jersey is very poppin'. I love the East Coast, by the way. New Jersey is very poppin'. People would spend money to go to a class. Check on Peerspace. I'm pretty sure you can find a good amount of oh, okay. So wait, so then, like I said, it just really depends. So if you are, check on Peerspace, Brianna, and see how much it would cost to rent a space. Let me look for you real fast and see what it would cost to have a space in New Jersey. Um hosting in Philly would be dope too. It just depends, like, you know, where you're most kind of popular at. So let's see. I just found in New Jersey right now, there's a space going for $30 an hour. So that's why I said check on Peer Space. This is $30 an hour. $30 an hour. That is so cheap. So download Peerspace right now, everyone, because this is a really good space. She can move both of those tables together and she can have about 10 people. So let's just do the math. If she rented that and then for 4 hours, that's $120. Let's say she invested about 150 into the event. That's 270. That's $270 that she would need to get the event off the ground. Let's say she's selling each ticket for $35 times 12 people. That's $420. She would make almost $150, $200 profit. And then most of the stuff you'll be able to keep. I'm going to link everything that I bought so you guys can see. So it's like, it's super, exactly. The space is really cute. You could brighten up the space with decorations and stuff. I kept it really simple. I just got tablecloths, the aprons, and these cute little, the papers like really made it even more like it was decor, but it really kind of truly wasn't. I also bought my little chalkboard that I use for my craft festivals, and I was just like Milk and Lily Aroma Wicks and Wine class, and I put it outside the door. To my surprise, people were walking up to the class thinking they could join it, you know, and I was like, no, it's a closed event, but I was giving out business cards to let people know, like, I'm online. You can definitely come to the next class. This class was so successful, you guys. My DMs were off the charts. I mean, it took me about 2 to 3 days to respond to everyone because people were like, I want to come to the next one. I want to come to the next one. I'm actually kind of stressed out right now because um Jasmine, this space, I'm gonna write it right here. It's called Peer Space. And it's an app. So Peerspace is basically businesses who want to just make a little profit on the side. They're renting their extra spaces to regular people like us to do whatever we want, in the space. I've been using Peerspace for a few years now for baby showers, events. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Download the app right now. And you guys just, I'm telling you, like I said, once you find your place, you're going to know. Like, you're going to know. You're going to be like, okay, like this is what you're going to see the vision and you're going to go from there. I would suggest shopping everywhere. Like I said, 99-cent store, Amazon, Target, Michael's. You can find most of this stuff. I also ordered pipettes, little pipettes and stuff so people can use it to put their fragrances. And I ordered a pack of 200 off Amazon for $6. $6 for nothing. And people use them and just throw them away, and they use the pipettes to get their fragrance out. If you guys just hold for 1 second, I'm gonna go get examples to show you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so these are the exact things that I bought. So this right here, you can't really see it, but it looks like it's like a medicine thing. This right here has the actual ounce lines on there. I bought a pack of like 250 for like $5. It was so cheap. So that this actually goes up to 0.8, like 0.8 ounces. So I didn't even have to like tell them like, oh, stop, don't, you're pouring enough, because it went to exactly how much they needed. Yes. I'll link that. Patrice, I'll link everything. I've been telling everybody I'll link everything at the bottom. Just give me, after this live is over, I'll just put a whole list together. So you can buy these packs for your fragrance oil. These are the pipettes I was talking about. I bought these a pack of 200 for like $6, and they're disposable. So right when they were done pulling the fragrance like out of the cup, they would just pour it in here, and they would, throw it into this cup, which this cup right here is the holy grail. If anything, I'm really going to link this cup. This cup right here is exactly what they use to make their candle. This goes all the way up, you guys, till 9 ounces. So after putting their fragrance oil in here from this cup, they would pour it in, and then they would just mix it, and then they would pour it into the vessel, and that was the candle. And it was so simple, like all of these things, because like there were some candle classes that I was researching, and they were just making it too complicated for people. They need a cup to mix their fragrance in, they need a cup to mix their fragrance and wax in, and then they need the vessel. So that's why I was saying, like, I did a lot of the research so you guys can just go buy the stuff, because people were making it so complicated. And when I was leaning on people who had candle classes in other states, I'm like, you guys are making it too complicated. That's why people have to leave and come back to pick up their candle. I made it so easy to where people could follow along and do the directions literally on their own at the table and ask for minimal help. You know what I mean? So it was really simple for me. I'm still looking for more questions. Yeah, so like I said, like there's certain things that you can buy where the measurements are already on there. You don't have to, like, cuz a lot of people are like, "Well, how did you measure it? Did you bring your scale and stuff?" I brought that as a contingency just in case I would need it, but I never need it. The class retreat was 4 hours long. I rented this space on Peerspace. If you look up in the notes, I was showing people um, where you could rent spaces. The class was 4 hours long. They didn't even need 4 hours. I rented the class from 3 to 7, but I didn't, on the flyer, I put that the class started at 3:30. So I gave myself 30 minutes to set up. Always give yourself time to set up the class before people actually get there. People were done with their candle at 6:15. Like they were done with everything and they were adding on candles, which was great for me because it gave me time to clean up and it gave me time to talk to people. And it was just such a good vibe. If you prepare, you will not really run into any hiccups. I didn't really run into any hiccups. Like there was just some things where I was like, okay, yeah, for next time I'll do this. Like for me, this was one of the things that I would do next time. I would in their bag, I would write a candle care like aftercare because I had to explain to them that you couldn't use your candles right away. You had to let them sit on the shelf for at least 7 days to 2 weeks to cure. We use 444 for I usually use 444 or 415 soy wax, and I've never had a problem with any of those waxes. So I would have given them like an instruction sheet. I did put a candle care bubble right here, but people ended up leaving these and they didn't take them. But I did explain that to them. So, like, that's something if I was you guys, I would write in my notes right now, print out a candle care instructions. Also, if you're new here, I see some people logging on. Make sure you guys go to BVP Creative on Instagram. If you guys want to stay away from like creating stuff like this and all of that, let her create it for you. And then I created this on my own, but she did my flyers and she could send you everything. So was this this was my first class, and that's why it was so crazy to me because I did almost 5 to 5.5 6 months of research and it was amazing. I thought I was going to break even. I walked away making almost $1,000 and it was my first class. But I'm not new in the business. I do a lot of local craft fairs and stuff like that. And I do videos on my craft fairs and stuff too. And so I I knew like I had the knowledge. It was just about putting it together. And like no one ever told me about peer space. These are things I just found on my own and with really staying up a lot of late nights, researching how can I rent a space where it doesn't require a crazy amount of insurance and all of those things. So yeah, definitely it was my first time, but as far as the research goes, it was pretty horrible and brutal. I'm not gonna lie. I've been making candles for almost 2 years now. If you're new here, my business is called Milk and Lily. I've been selling on Etsy, and my the first day of my launch day, I made almost $3,000, and then I was like, "Holy crap, like I'm actually making a lot of money doing this." So then um and then it just started kind of getting more successful from there, and I had to eventually quit my job because I started doing it full time. But I'm always staying creative. I worked in corporate America obviously for years, and my day job was actually a marketing coordinator manager. So that's probably why I kind of have a lot of knowledge in this because I used to have to market for a corporation. And so kind of getting the brand out there and doing research it's my dish. It's what I do and I love doing it. So I always and a lot of people were really shocked on the post where they were seeing because they were realizing how helpful I am. I love helping other small businesses get their business off the ground. I started after I started making a lot of money on Etsy, like if you look at my page, in the first 2 years, it's almost been about 2 years. We're coming up on 2 years soon. But I have I've had over like 459 sales on Etsy, and then I do local craft fairs like almost every weekend, and at my craft fairs, I always make about 1,000 to like $1,500 for craft fairs, but I was kind of getting tired of doing craft fairs. So I thought I'm going to start doing a candle class where I can create my own avenue. And eventually the goal is eventually is to get my own space to where I can do this all the time and not have to rent spaces. If you guys want more help on that, and like, cause my husband's helping me a lot with that, um, I will definitely start sharing my ideas and how I'm going about that. I always feel like if we all share our ideas, we can help each other and we can help each other grow. But I'm going to get back to answering more questions on the candle space. Is everybody, if people can type and let me know, is everybody really clear on like where to rent spaces within their community? If you guys want me to touch more on that, there's some other apps and stuff, but I personally feel like Peer Space is the best one to rent spaces because they do not require insurance, which sometimes is the scariest thing for business owners, you know what I mean? And they also don't require alcohol license. So um, I think that hosting a candle class in someone's in your own home, it's not a bad idea if you're starting, but why not rent a space if you can rent it for let me see, write this again for the people who didn't. Why not rent a space if you can? Also, you guys, after I rented the space, one of the ladies at my candle class asked me if I could host a candle class at her home for her girlfriends for 10 people. I told her my price and she agreed to it. So that's another thing. Make sure you guys are bringing your business cards there, because you need to be advocating for your business while you're even, hosting a business type of launch. So now I'm going to be doing a candle class at her home for 12 girls. And I told her, like, I was very straight with her, like, it would have to be in your home. And she was like, I would love that. I want to do I'm doing a girls retreat anyway, and I think this would be really cool. So don't be afraid to invest in your business. Go buy the little folding tables at Walmart. I told her she would have to provide her own chairs, but I have like 3 folding tables anyways because I do local craft fairs. So now I'm hosting a class at her house, and she's paying me almost $600 to do it. So that's like more income. Oh yeah, I just said it. She's paying me $600 to host at her class. She has 10 girls. I told her they have to bring nothing. I'm showing up with everything. She obviously insisted that she would provide the food, but I'm just bringing the wine and the vases and this stuff and all this stuff and the aprons and stuff like that. Create that avenue for people, guys. Like, go on your business pages. While we're here, does everyone have Instagram and Facebook business pages? Type yes if you do. And I'm asking that because that is where you guys are going to get most of your business. After she asked me, Jazz, I want you to create a Facebook at least for your business because you want to get more professional. The aprons, Patrice, I got them on Amazon. It was a pack of 15, and I think I spent like $25. It was very cheap. Go on Amazon and type I'm about to type right now. Aprons in bulk. Aprons in bulk. You need to start growing your social media platforms. After this lady asked me if I could host a candle class at her house, I was like, that gets me thinking. Let me go ask and see if people want. Yes, I'll post the links under this page when the live is done. I said, let me go ask people if they would be interested in this. So I went on my business page and was like, how would you guys feel if I did an at-home experience in your home for your girlfriends or your friends or whoever? And people were like, oh my God, I would love this. Oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? So just create a budget in your head of what you think you're worth. You have to start valuing what you're worth because candle making is not an easy task. It's a lot of science that goes into it. So people need to pay your worth. We have yes. So the links and everything will be mentioned um at the bottom. I'm going to get back to some of your questions because I have so many flowing on my phone and I want to make sure. And if you guys have questions here, don't be afraid to ask me. And if I see them, um, I will answer every single one of them. So so yeah, so someone asked, how did I put a list together for the fragrance options? I mentioned this already, but make sure you guys are not overwhelming people. This is how I wanted to do it, but I didn't do it like this. So don't do what I did. I was going to write a list that was like fall fragrances and have like 4 fall fragrances. Christmas fragrances and then have like Christmas fragrances, aromatherapy fragrances, and then have aromatherapy, like 4 aromatherapy fragrances. I would say, ladies, and gentlemen, if there's men on here, I would say that if you are going to have your first candle class, I would say bring no more than 15 fragrances, but make sure they're in bulk though. Make sure they're like at least 4 ounces. You want to make sure you have enough fragrance for everybody to go around. Patrice, yes, start at your home. If you're not comfortable renting a space yet, start out your home. Create a flyer and say, "Hey, I'm hosting a candle class. It's going to be $25 per person. This is what it costs to join, to do this candle class." You definitely can start at your home. I just personally use Peer Space because it was so cheap. Who's going to give up $35 an hour for a space rental? If you guys want me to look up more space rentals in people's areas, just write your area down below and I can see on Peer Space what it's going for in your area. I've even seen them as low as $15. So you just really want to just be looking on the app and just make sure you guys are always looking, for new spaces and stuff to rent. As long as you're being honest and messaging the people and letting them know what you're using for the space, I don't see why they wouldn't be interested. Um, so yeah, I went over Alabama. Let's see. I went over how you guys put the fragrance of like what cups and stuff to buy. Like I said, I'm gonna link all that. Um, let's see, Alabama. What is it? Fairhope. Okay. I don't see any in Fairhope. Specifically. I do see a lot in Alabama. I'm not familiar with their area, but if you go on Peerspace and you just type in, certain different areas, but I did type in Alabama and I already see buildings that are $25 an hour for rental. I see one in Alabama right now for $7.25 for a building rental. So like I said, Peerspace is your Peerspace is your best friend. This is in Alabama somewhere. So, Patrice, I would just look on Peerspace and then write in different locations on where you think it should be. Mobile, Alabama. That's actually where my grandmother is from. Let's see. Mobile, Alabama. I don't see any there either. So Patrice, for you, I would definitely ask around, get on, your area better than me. So just get on Peerspace and look around and see what's closest to you or what's willing. Don't be afraid to drive to other locations too, though, guys, because I found out that people are begging me to do North County classes. I live in South San Diego. I know some of you guys aren't familiar with California, but people are now asking me to drive up to like North County. So definitely play around with the areas. So I'm gonna get back to a few more questions before we end the live. If you guys have more questions, write them now. Um, write them now before the live is over. And then I also were seeing questions. Okay, so also I named it wine and wicks. Some people do wine and stems. I've seen Let me go on my business page. I've seen so many people name it other things, but you want to get creative. I kind of created my own name, but you guys can totally use that. Because some people name it sip and wicks. Hi, Malika. Some people name it sip and wicks, wine and wicks. Like I said, the first thing I would do personally is create a budget, create a flyer, and then after that, Eventbrite. I'm going to write that right now. This is where it is so easy, you guys, to create a website. It's a quick website, and I'm going to show you guys. And Eventbrite is so amazing too, guys, because they also have an app. So on the app, you can track like your sales. So look, like this was what Eventbrite ended up sending me, but like I'm gonna get real personal with you guys real quick. So like you can have an app and you can create like how many tickets you sold. Um this was also my event. Let me go to my event. It's probably ended by now, but um I personally feel like the more professional you are, the more people are going to want to come to your class. For me personally, I put the link and I'm going to show you guys my business page. I love to be completely honest about like every step of like everything I'm doing. So like this is my business Instagram. Also, you guys, BVP Creative also helps with business pages and stuff. So if you need help with any of that, go to her. Um I put a link and this is my business page. So when people saw my flyer, which this was my flyer, Milk and Lily, this was my flyer, wine and wicks candle making class. I put pictures of my actual candles, use pictures of your own work. If you're going to go through BPP Creative, she's going to ask for pictures and things you guys want to use. And then people literally just went to my link, which was right here. They tapped my link in my bio and then they bought my candle tickets. It's hard to read what your business. Okay, let me see if I can. Let me see. Can you see it now? This is my business. This is one of my business pages on Instagram. I don't know if you can see it. It's probably like upside down though. Yeah. So that's my business page on Instagram. People were buying tickets in my sleep. I would wake up and see that 3 or 4 tickets are sold. So create an event page on Eventbrite. I'm going to do the steps right here. I would say rent space, rent space, create, create, create flyer, get your buzz out there. And then after that, I would create website. You guys, it is 2021. We cannot be saying cash at me, Venmo me to buy a ticket. When people bought tickets, let me show you how it looked. It was so professional. Also, you guys, this is why I truly loved creating on Eventbrite because look, it shows you the orders, okay? It showed you the orders that people had. And then you could also, if they wanted a refund, you could go to the refund tab and then you could give them a quick refund. Super easy, super painless. So create website on Eventbrite. If you guys need help with budgeting, I'm more than happy. You guys can follow my Instagram or my Facebook business page, and I will help you with budgeting if you need help with that. Create Eventbrite, and then create a budget of what you want to spend on this event. Start buying your stuff right now. If I was you, I would start linking up on wine and like wine cups and stuff like that. Um, just start getting things now. I want you guys to type when you guys think you would want to get this class off the ground. Is this like a December thing? Whoever wants to do a December class, I can help you directly now. January people, I can help you then. I can help anybody, but just let me know when you guys actually think you guys want to start doing this because honestly, right now is the time. People are so obsessed with candle making right now. People want to be involved in candle classes. And if you're from San Diego on this live, we need more avenues because right now I have had over 60 DMs of people wanting me to have more classes doing this. I'm super overwhelmed right now, to be completely honest. Um, let's see. So then after that, you need to be on social media every single day promoting your event. Promoting your event. Yes, Brianna, I would definitely please message me and I will definitely help you with your event. Um, I've already put in the thread on the actual Facebook post that went viral about my whole list and what I bought. This was the list I think you guys probably already seen. I'm going to link it though for you special people who are on my live so that you guys can save it. But this list is the holy grail. You will need everything on this list. On this list, I made sure, besides like charcuterie board, that's a little extra. My sister has a charcuterie board business, so she did it for me on the house. But it actually worked out because people were like $55 for a ticket. You get wine, charcuterie, a candle, a wax melt, and a room spray. they were sold. It literally was a good deal. I would have went to something like that. Um, but this list has everything that you guys will need to be successful for your first wicks and wine. So how does everybody kind of feel? If you guys can write, how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like you kind of have like an understanding of like where to go with creating your own class? And I will link, like I said, tonight, I'm going to work on linking a printable version. I'll probably link it to my Etsy page. I'll make it like $1.50 or something because that'll probably be the easiest way. I don't really know. Or I can put it on my blog. I really don't want to charge you guys for something, to be completely honest. It's not my style. Um, how are you guys feeling? Yes, I really want you to feel confident. Um, Exactly. I like the ideas of people hosting parties too. I went to a few with my husband. We travel a lot. I went to a few classes where people hosted stuff, and I sometimes didn't feel like it was super interactive, or I didn't get my money's worth. If you guys follow this list, I promise you, you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Always have the music flowing. Make sure there's enough drinks for everybody. Make sure you have enough products for everybody. People are gonna love this. I really hope you guys can get your classes off in December because I feel like December will be such a loop. But you guys know the real month where you guys should be ready before you make your candle class? Valentine's Day. Um, I think I'm gonna have like 4 classes in Valentine's Day, back to back to back to back to back, because couples would love to come to a candle making class during Valentine's Day. Candles are just sexy, they're flirty. People would love to make a candle, drink some wine, and come to a class. So I think that's the real goal, is to be ready before Valentine's Day. Yes, Jazz, the couples candle class. I can already like see it. I won't be having any candle classes in January. I will be out of town for a whole month. I'll be in Europe, but when I come home, I'm definitely gonna do candle classes in February. Yes, massage candles. I've been definitely hearing a lot about massage candles, and I'm into it. Apparently, they use like coconut wax and stuff like that. That I really think you guys should run with the couples candles class. And like that, like I can already see you guys pricing that at like $50. Why? $25 for each person. They get a candle, have chocolate, cupcakes, all that. You know what I mean? And you guys, it's really just about how you brand it. Like I said, it's 2021. Let's get it professional. Let's have business pages. Let's create Eventbrite websites. It is so easy. If you guys want me to do another live one day walking you through how to create an event on Eventbrite, let me know. I'll definitely do that because I'm about to create an event anyway soon. So my train of thought is, from marketing per expert corporate professional, always market a month before. And that's why I said, once you rent your space, you'll know. You'll know that you have to create everything, before that event comes up. That's why I said flyers are so important. I pushed my flyers down people's neck, you guys. Every day they woke up, they saw a Milk and Lily flyer saying that we are having a candle class. Okay. I made sure I let people know we're having a candle class. Yeah, I can do a video on how to grow your social media. I grew my social media from 40 people to 500 on Instagram, and then on Facebook, I grew it to about a few hundred people. So, um, I actually, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'm actually pretty lazy about my Instagram and Facebook. I don't post as much as I should, but I do post at least once a week. So that's the thing. So that's why my Facebook and Instagram do keep growing. So you guys need to post. What I'm learning too though now is, like, you don't always have to post like pictures of your candles. Post content of like candles burning in your house, or like, here's something I just posted and it got a lot of likes. um I posted a random quote: candles burning in your house and a clean house is a whole different level of peace and comfort. People really like just to see that you're being active on your Instagram. If you guys want me to make a video of marketing and all of that, I will. You guys also need to get into craft fairs too. A lot of my people from my candle class also knew that when I was at farmers markets, I was like, look, I'm gonna have a candle class. Here's the link. You can buy a ticket, stuff like that. Aesthetic feed. Oh, okay, yeah. So aesthetic feed is it that is really hard, Brianna, because we're in the social media phase right now where everything has to look so aesthetically pleasing. I would again, I'm gonna write her thing down again. BVP. You guys follow her on Instagram. Tell her I sent you. She helps with all that. She can help if you have a little bit more in your. She's really inexpensive. She's actually my best friend. She created this business, and she's really inexpensive. She can help with your Instagram feed. She can give you advice on all of that. So go through her. And she actually created all my highlights. Um, BBP did my whole business page. She created all my highlights on Instagram. So you see those little circles. She created custom ones for my Instagram. Um, she also does logos. So if you guys need logos for your Instagram, she does logos, and her logos are very inexpensive. She did this logo for my wine and wicks class. She did a wine glass with my business logo in there. How cute, right? She made this. And then that is my logo that I use for my wine and wicks class. And you guys can copy that. I don't care. Like you guys can totally go on her business page and tell her you want something like that and she'll create it for you. Um, a lot of you guys asked about my labels. BVP Creative created my labels. My labels were really simple. I wanted it to be just very simple, simply done, not like, super like loud, but on my label, it just said Wine and Wicks class. And then I made her put a line at the bottom, and then people could name their candle whatever they wanted. She named hers Daisy Dream. And BBP will send you your labels, or she'll send you, if you have Avery already, if you use Avery labels or whatever you use, she can send you the link and then you can just print it out. It's super easy. If you guys want more videos on like just like how I label or like my candle making in general, let me know. I'll do more videos on that as well. So yeah, basically you guys, um no, I didn't bring a printer to the class because I had all my labels printed. Only thing I needed was the labels for the candle. On your label, personally for me, I just wanted it to say wine and wicks class and then a line, and then legally it just needs to say hand poured in wherever you are. Legally for my insurance, you have to put where it was poured. So I just put a line and then let people name their candle. People actually really loved that too. They loved being able to name their own candle. So you can do a simple label like that. Um, you can DM BVP Creative and she can help you with the direction of that. Because I wanted to keep mine very simple. Yes, they wrote it in. I bought a pack of pens from 99 Cent Store. That's why I said, you guys, the list that I'm going to link is so important. Make sure you guys use it because everything on that list you'll literally use. um, and then they just wrote it in their self, which is what they use also to walk around to create their. I call this the custom fragrance bar paper, and they use this to write down like all their fragrances. So I hope all this helps. You guys know I will continue to do this. If you guys want me to do a live like once a week, I'm totally down to do that so that you can get ready for your candle class and we can just move like that. I'm so down to do a live on business stuff and marketing stuff. And yes, Brianna, I'm gonna definitely do a template for you guys. I'm gonna get that up as soon as I can. So you guys can download that. But we can do a live again in like a week or so, and then we can go over how to market your business. We can focus on different areas so that we can definitely grow your guys' business and make it bigger. But you guys, I saw an article that said candle classes, shea butter classes, it's in. People are ready to be back out and they're ready to, do things. So we are in a really great market. We are all We were candle besties. All of us are. Yes, we are. We are in a good market right now, you guys. People want to do candle making. So we need to all be ready before Valentine's Day. Honestly, Christmas is what it is. It's coming up so fast. But for Valentine's Day, I expect all of you guys to be hosting a candle class for couples. I think we're all more than capable of like getting that off the ground. I think it'll be just such a cute idea. So yeah, let's meet here again next week. I'll post in the candle class group and let you guys know when I can go live again next week, and then we can all jot down our ideas. I hope this video helped everyone. I hope everybody is feeling way more confident. If I did it, you guys can definitely do it. It is so I'm not going to say it's easy, but if you guys do all the same steps that I did, you really can't go wrong. I left so excited that night because I couldn't believe like how easy it was. Yeah, and that was the thing too, Rihanna. Like I didn't have anybody to really help guide me. Like people are kind of mean. They don't really want to share their business ideas. People are really stingy with like sharing, any info or business ideas. So like I said, it took me 6 months to research and really like get down to like what I needed. And it worked for me. And now people are begging me to do more. So I'm really happy I could use what I learned to teach you guys and to help you guys and guide you guys. And like I said, I was a marketing manager for catering for so many years, and they expected us to go get sales. So I know how to make some money. It's just about researching it. But we'll be here next week. And it was really great talking to you guys. In the comments, leave down below what you guys want me to cover for the next live, and then we'll cover it. And then just give me like a day, and then I'll have the templates and everything linked and stuff for you guys, so you guys are ready to go. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a great evening. I hope this helps, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.